Welcome to True Crime with Strategic Eyes.
Strategic back again. All right. Welcome to True Crime Strategic, guys. Appreciate you guys for joining me today. We got a great show for you guys today. A lot of information that we need to relay to you. So hope you guys are ready. Make sure that you pay close attention. Hit that like button, support the channel, and engage in the chat if you don't mind. We're trying to get into that algorithm so we can reach a wider audience. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited. I actually forgot to get it. Maybe I'll go get it sometime this show, or we'll do it in tomorrow's show. I got my YouTube play button. Yay! Let's give a yay for that one. Yes! I got it in the mail, man. 100,000 subscribers. It took a long time for us to get there, but we got there with quality. Why with quality? We don't buy views. We don't buy subscribers. We don't do that here. We're organic. So that means the people who are here because they want to be here. And that means we're building a strong community. Yes! You guys are amazing, man. You guys are amazing. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys had a great week. Today's the last day for me to work before I start my vacation. So I'm going to go bust out the shift tonight, and then I'm off for 2 weeks. So guys, please make sure your notifications are set to all for True Crime and Strategic, because we're going to be dropping a lot of really awesome shows for the next 2 weeks now that I can focus completely on true crime with strategic eyes. Yes, anybody who's been here for a while, you guys know how I do when I'm on vacation. I go ham crazy, baby. Ham crazy. I don't go nowhere. I don't have no life. I don't go to Aruba. I don't go to Zimbabwe. I don't go to Puerto Rico. I don't go to Hawaii. I stay in my basement and I make videos. All right, guys, so let's get started. Very interesting news, but I knew this was going to happen because I feel like they were basically stretching to take her into custody. I think they're desperate, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, these folks are desperate.
Oh my God!
Those California detectives and the FBI and everybody who's participating with this case, they're desperate. They're desperate to try and find Melodee. And that's a good thing because that means that they're working hard, but it's also a bad thing because that means they don't have any answers. They're no closer to finding Melodee right now as they were when she first was reported missing by her school. And that's not good for Melodee. It's not good for us. It's also not good for her mother and the other people who are part of her life, because her mother might end up having to face the music for this. But I think that they're stretching, and so they got this whole false imprisonment thing, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And, you know, there's no way that they're going to keep her in jail on false imprisonment charges. It just doesn't happen. Not especially when there's no violence involved. Like, this person wasn't injured to my knowledge. A weapon wasn't used to my knowledge. All the elements that would keep somebody in jail for an extended period of time weren't there. So now this is Ashlee walking out of court.
Ashlee, is Melodee okay? Do you have any comment?
Where's Melodee?
Is she in Utah? Ashlee, do you have any comment? Can you tell us where Melodee is?
You see her eyes? She's nuts. I have seen enough crazy people in my career, and I'm sorry to say it. Somebody's going to say, don't say crazy. That's not nice, strategic. I'm sorry. I'm from Harlem. I don't care. You're crazy, you're crazy. Okay? This is the end of it. You're crazy, crazy, especially if you're doing the stuff that Ashlee's doing. Look at her face, look in her eyes. I'm going to say that again. Look in her face, look in her eyes. She has no soul. She's not with us right now. She's Space Ghost Coast to Coast. You guys remember that from back in the day, Space Ghost Coast to Coast? She's Space Ghost. She's not there. She's nuts. She is out of her mother-loving mind. They put Melodee with her. They put her in a mental hospital. The state of California put her in a mental hospital, which is where she probably belongs. Where she could have been getting the help that she deserved to get her life together, to live amongst us with dignity. They put her in a hospital for a month. They removed her, or she removed herself from the hospital, and then they gave Melodee back to her. Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. We are failing our children. Let's
That's where
keep going.
Melodee is.
She don't even got the good wig with the Indian hair. She got the polyurethane wig. That wig not even human, man. That wig is plastic. Let's keep going. Why are they giving her a personal escort? Let's go back there. Wow, since when do we give suspects personal escorts? That's a county van right there. Why are they giving her a personal escort? I thought when you get released from prison, it's like, all right, good luck to you. And you know, you got to catch a Uber or something, or somebody who loves you got to be there to pick you up. I mean, she had some dude that was driving her around to go get, you know, rentals, to try and get rentals way back when. I think he stopped because he got a lot of flack. She don't got the dude that's willing to pick her up and drive her around no more. So what happened? The county's now her chauffeur? Come on, what are we doing out there in California, man? We escorting the perps around, man. Let's go to Ashlee. I mean, to KUTV 2 News. This is Ashlee in court. I don't know. Is that wig number 2? Or is that like her real hair? I don't know. Let's keep going.
On behalf of the people, Mr. Galvan.
Your Honor, Ms. Buzzard waives formal reading and advisement of the complaint. We're entering a not guilty plea with no time waiver. We're requesting an assignment as quickly as possible.
Okay, we'll have your assignment in one moment. Not guilty plea is entered. Special allegations are deemed denied. The court has relation of the parties. Mr. Galvan, would you like to be heard as to your defendant's status?
Well,
Yes,
we in
Your Honor.
court. I'm sorry.
Judge, I've read the pretrial service report. I have also
Put my
read
wig
the
on.
discovery that's been provided in this case. We're requesting that Ashlee be released, either OR or supervised. She is not a flight risk, and the allegation in this case is non-serious, non-violence, and you can fashion terms.
I'm going to go back one more time because we put the subtitles on. It's a little hard to hear. So I want you guys to be able to read those subtitles.
As quickly as possible.
Okay, we'll have your assignment in one moment. Not guilty plea is entered. Special allegations are deemed denied. The court has relation of the parties. Mr. Galvan, would you like to be heard as to your defendant's status?
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, I've read the pretrial service report. I have also read the discovery that's been provided in this case. We're requesting that Ashlee be released, either OR or supervised. She is not a flight risk, and the allegation in this case is non-serious, non-violence, and you can fashion terms and conditions of release that can serve public safety concerns and return Ashlee to court at any time that your honor orders.
Ms. Buzzard has been notably uncooperative with law enforcement and child welfare services.
Following first, ma'am, good morning. Ma'am, you are ordered to have no contact with Tyler S. Brewer.
Well, now we know who the person is that she allegedly unlawfully imprisoned. I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to cover the details of that. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently the research crews, like, they have an exhibit for me that's going to explain that whole unlawful imprisonment thing. Just off the just off the bat, my intuition tells me I'm not sold on it. I don't like when law enforcement plays those type of games. We play a lot of games, and I play a lot of games when I'm out there doing my investigations. But I'm not a big fan of, let's maybe coerce this person to come forward, or this person comes forward with this, rinky-dink unlawful imprisonment. So we're going to use this to put some pressure on her. I don't know, man. I feel like it just reeks of desperation, because this does not seem like it's something serious. But we're going to see. Maybe I'll eat crow and I'll be like, oh, I was wrong. This is serious. But let's see. This is my intuition talking right now. We're going to get the facts in a little bit.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a 236 with a 0 with a probation override, and I'm not sure where that comes from.
I'm sorry, may I be heard as to the co-authors?
Sure.
I'm also requesting that she be subject to search and seizure. This case
To
may
search?
involve the use of a box cutter.
Let's see.
She's nuts. Look at her.
Yes, report. Thank you all.
Yo, she bolts it. She just bolted out of there. Like, I'm out. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go to the next exhibit. Judge releases Ashlee Buzzard. Judge releases Ashlee Buzzard from jail custody with monitoring. Vandenberg Village woman is mother of missing Melodee Buzzard. Authorities say false imprisonment allegations not directly related to missing person investigation. A Santa Maria Superior Court judge, and I'm not mad at the judge for doing this. I'm sorry, guys. She was supposed to be released without bail. This is a non-serious allegation in my opinion, but we'll see soon. But my intuition is telling me it's a non-serious allegation, and absolutely she should have been released. Let's keep going. A Santa Maria Superior Court judge granted a defense request to release Ashlee Buzzard from jail custody Wednesday morning, but ordered that she must wear an electronic monitoring device. Buzzard, 40, made her first court appearance for the criminal case alleging false imprisonment after being arrested Friday at her Vandenberg Village home. The case involves allegations that appear directly related to the disappearance of Buzzard's daughter, Melodee Buzzard. The mother has not cooperated with law enforcement officers seeking the girl's whereabouts, according to Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. The missing person investigation started in mid-October. During the brief court proceedings before Judge John McGregor, Buzzard entered a not guilty plea and a denial of the special allegations or sentencing enhancement. Defense attorney Adrian Galvan asked Buzzard's release from jail on her own recognizance or with supervision. Galvin noted Buzzard's lack of prior criminal history and local address, plus a probation department, putting her risk assessment at 0. Wow. Well, technically her daughter has not been found yet to say that there was some foul play there, and she has no criminal record. So I guess they have no choice but to make her risk assessment at 0. Okay, but Deputy District Attorney Jordan Lockey disagreed, arguing that Buzzard is a flight risk due to the fact her trip east in October, including changing wigs and the vehicle's license plates, in what law enforcement officers believe was an attempt to avoid detection. Like he said, Buzzard has been notably uncooperative with law enforcement and other authorities in the effort, to determine the location and welfare of her daughter. It's a good comeback for the district attorney. And it looked like they won a little bit because they got supervised release. It's apparent she has taken lengths to conceal her identity and whereabouts on other occasions. And if she were to be released, that is a concern, like he said, adding that allegations were serious enough that Buzzard's $100,000 bail has been doubled. While granting release from jail, the judge ordered Buzzard to report to a pretrial service on Thursday, which will include getting fitted with a GPS device and not possessing firearms, other weapons, or narcotics. McGregor noted the defendant is not a very young person, but lacks a criminal record and lives locally. Why did the judges call her old? Okay, let's keep going. Buzzard's attorney did not waive her right to speedy trial, so the case will return to the Lompoc Superior Court on November 19th for a preliminary hearing, setting with the preliminary hearing tentatively scheduled for the following day. However, defendant's release from jail sometimes removes the defense's attorney urgency to move forward quickly on a case, so a preliminary hearing date likely is tentative. McGregor also ordered Buzzard to stay away from and not to contact Tyler S. Brewer, the alleged victim in a false imprisonment case. Brewer, a licensed legal document assistant, claimed in a social media post that he contacted Buzzard to offer assistance in locating a missing child. He alleged the mother produced a box cutter and didn't permit him to leave the house on Mars Avenue in Vandenberg Village. All right, so this guy wanted to be a hero. No disrespect, I'm just saying, you know, the cops are working the case, and he took it upon himself to go to a psychopath's house. What a dummy. I'm sorry. I said it. Brewer, you're a dummy. Why is he a dummy? Some of you guys are going to look at it and say, oh my God, he's just trying to find Melodee. She's a nutbag. She's a psychopath. The police are working the case to the best of their ability. You leave the safety of your home and you go knock on her door to offer her assistance. Come on, man. You a loser. You almost got killed. Doesn't make any sense. So yes, this is not a serious case. Let Ashlee free on this one. Free Ashlee. Free Ashlee on this one, okay? We're going to lock her up forever for whatever she may have done for to Melodee, but free Ashlee on this one. This guy's not smart. Some people lack self-preservation. Let me take the wig off. We out of court now. Some people lack self-preservation, man. They lack self-preservation. Let's keep going. Brewer lights we were at that. Buzzard became visibly distressed after sharing information she appeared to regret disclosing, Brewer said. Interesting. He also claimed to be communicating with the family of Melodee's late father, Rubio Meza, who died in a 2016 motorcycle crash in Santa Maria. However, the father's mother, Lily Dennis, denied any connection to Brewer. It's weird. Now I'm questioning if this Brewer guy is a weirdo or not. But let's keep going. We didn't even know anything about him, Dennis said. Okay, but he's saying that he does, but she's saying that they don't. Brewer said he has communicated with Liz Meza, who was married to another of Dinesh sons who died 4 years ago. Okay. All right, Brewer allegedly told the News Nation reporters he had known Buzzard since 2014 and that she told him where and with whom she left Melodee. Did you tell the cops? He later claimed the report was filed with inaccuracies. As social media users questioned parts of his story, Brewer contended to Newshawk he sent one cease and desist letter Tuesday to a TikTok user. Oh boy, he's one of those. I'm sorry, you're not a weirdo. I take it back. I am so sorry. I do not believe the words that I've just said. You are not a weirdo. Okay, he's sending cease and desist, so we want to let you know we're sorry and we apologize. We cannot substantiate based off the available information that we have that you are indeed a weirdo. Let's keep going. During her court appearance and per the judge's orders, Buzzards wore civilian clothes for the arraignment hearing. McGregor granted media requests to take photographs and video, but also instructed media they could not show Buzzard wearing shackles or walking into and out of the courtroom. Those are typical requests of defense attorneys who don't want prejudicial images published of their client awaiting trial. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Let's keep going. For the court appearance, Buzzard appeared to not be wearing a wig, including one with long dark hair she had been seen sporting recently. Instead, her light-colored curly hair didn't reach her shoulders. Denez, who hadn't seen the mother of her daughter for a couple of years, was shocked at Buzzard's appearance. If I would have seen her in the street, I'll be honest with you, I would have never recognized her. She looks so different. She doesn't look like she's aging rather quickly, and I think that's her mental illness and also, you know, the fact that she's probably stressed out over all the media attention this is getting. It makes you age. You guys remember how Obama looked when he first went into office? And then afterwards, how he looked? Remember George Bush, too, when he came into office? He looked so young. Both Bush and Obama, and then when they left office, they all look super old and like elderly. It's crazy, right? Yeah. Stress will do that to you. Stress will do that to you. Let's keep going. In addition to different hair, Buzzard has lost a significant amount of weight since the last time Dinesh saw her. Dinesh expressed disappointment at the judge's decision to release Buzzard and a lack of information about Melodee. I want to know where my granddaughter is, Dinesh said. What's going on? All right. All right, let's keep going. Let's go to the next exhibit. Ashlee Banfield. What you got for us, Ashlee? Let's do it.
That we've been following for weeks now. The missing 9-year-old girl, Melodee Buzzard. Boy, has there been a development there. This little face with the $1 million smile has been in our thoughts for over a month now. And as it turns out, we've got something to tell you about her mother. Sadly, we do
Hold on here. Hold on here. Hold on. Hold on. Can you please hit the like button? We got almost 200 people watching this stream right now. We're trying to get into the algorithm. Please hit the like button. Support the channel. Come on. It's a small thing we're asking for. And it's free.
not know where Melodee Buzzard is tonight, nor who, if anybody, may have tucked her in at bedtime. We don't even know whether the little 9-year-old girl ate dinner tonight, and frankly, we don't know if she's even still alive. And it's been a month and 3 days since she was last seen. Her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, hasn't given so much as a clue as to where her little girl might be, at least not to the police. She hasn't even begged the news cameras to help find little Melodee safe and sound. But we do know where Ashlee is. She just returned home an hour ago to her little home in Lompoc, California, just up the coast from Santa Barbara. She had been away since Friday, as you may well know, in jail on false imprisonment charges, a charge that was incredibly mysterious at first because it didn't have to do with Melodee. And now it just seems incredibly weird. Earlier today, she was in court to face that charge, minus the signature wig, and this is what she looks like. Her own hair is curly and cropped fairly short, almost unrecognizable. But this is how she appeared before the judge today. No wig, pleading not guilty to false imprisonment. And then, quite a surprise, because she was held with no bond, she was sent home with an ankle monitor. Take a look at her left ankle. You can see it there. And the wig is back. A few hours later, this was the picture of Ashlee Buzzard again leaving court.
Look at her face, man. She's out of it, bro. She does. Somebody says she looked like she's taking her medication. She does. That's why a lot of times they don't take their medication. We don't have this down to a complete science. Like, we know how to treat so many different ailments, but when it comes to mental disorders, it's almost like a trial and error thing. Each person, their mental health medications are tailored to their body and their psyche, to them. So sometimes you have to they start you with a higher dose or they start you with a lower dose and they keep adjusting till they get that right fit for you. She looks like she's out of it. And a lot of times that's why they stop taking their meds, because they don't want to feel like this. They don't feel like themselves. They don't have emotion. They feel like they're spacey. Look at her. She's spaced out. She's absolutely 1000% spaced out, dude. She's in another world right now. Look at her. She got her wig from Property. She put the wig back on. She's rocking and rolling, man. Wow.
Yeah. So Ashlee is also prohibited from having any weapons, and she can't make any contact with her alleged victim, who in this case is a man named Tyler Brewer, a local paralegal whom she allegedly imprisoned in her home. Mr. Brewer spoke to our team even before he went public yesterday on social media, and he told our Nancy Liu that he's an acquaintance of Ashlee Buzzard's, and he'd been trying to help Ashlee find Melodee.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yes, I do notice the fact that Ashlee seems to wear the same pants every day. Who else noticed that? I know the dudes notice that because we look at stuff like that. But she wears the same pants every day. Every single picture I have seen with her, she got those same pants on, man. Let's keep going.
He says he went to Ashlee's home last Thursday and that Ashlee became, quote, visibly distressed after sharing information that she'd apparently wished she had not. Mr. Brewer says that Ashlee told him her daughter Melodee was dropped off in Utah, and says Ashlee even identified the person with whom that child was supposedly left. But he says given Ashlee's mental health issues, he's really not sure if she was even telling the truth at that point. In his now deleted Facebook post,
see? Same pants.
Mr. Brewer said in Ashlee's rage, she, quote, produced a box cutter. And despite multiple requests to be allowed to exit the home, I was not immediately permitted to leave. He told Nancy Liu that Ashlee kept shutting her eyes and making fists and engaged several locks on her door. Her mental health issues have been no secret, especially to the family. Melodee's paternal grandmother told our team today that she actually started trying to get custody of that little girl, custody of Melodee, years ago, but clearly was unable to. We do have this.
Yeah. We already heard from the grandmother. She said, oh, she made me feel uncomfortable, so I stopped talking to her. Yeah, all right. Whatever. Let's keep going.
This video, however, you can see this exclusive video. This is from the year 2020. And just note how detached little Melodee's mother, Ashlee, seems to be. Right back then, Melodee was just 4 years old and grandma was filming and making all sorts of fun jokes, but mom wasn't doing much. I'm going to stop here and bring in Nancy Liu, who's been working this story nonstop, and she is live in Lompoc, out in front of Ashlee Buzzard's home. So, Nancy, just about an hour ago, you've been keeping watch, and there was activity at the home. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, we saw Ashlee Buzzard when she returned here. She was dropped off in that minivan with 2 Santa Barbara County workers. She walked inside. Again, she had that long wig on, and it's almost like she...
I'm trying to figure out why they gave her a ride home. I'm trying to figure out why they gave her a ride home. Like, is that what you guys do in California? Like, you guys give free rides to perps? That's crazy.
It's like a cloak for her or something. She's hiding behind all that hair. But she walked in, didn't say a word. Of course, we're yelling, you know, where's Melodee? Do you have any comment? She had said absolutely nothing. We saw that ankle monitor on her left leg. So she walked inside. She locked the door. We've seen no activity inside. There is a light on in the living room area, but we've seen no activities inside. So she's definitely in hiding, and the neighbors are all...
Somebody in the chat, who said that? Rudair says, most people have several pairs of the same jeans. I do. Nah. People have similar colors, because you can only have but so many colors of jeans, but they don't have the same exact pair of jeans. Nah, you're just a weirdo like Ashlee. And Steve Jobs. At least you're in good company. You got Steve Jobs in your company, but let's keep going.
On watch, waiting to see if
there's a lot of weirdos. Chief, this, you a weirdo too.
Anything. So we shall see if she ventures out in the days ahead. But for now, she is home, and she seems to be in hiding, Ashlee.
I am shocked that she was allowed out.
You know, I apologize. Y'all ladies aren't weird because y'all wear jeans for a purpose. So, of course, when you do find that nice pair of jeans that accentuates things, you're probably going to get like 6 pairs. All right, I digress. Proudly wear your multiple jeans. As long as you're looking good in them, God bless you. Let's keep going.
Even with that ankle monitor on her left, she's wearing the tight pants, but you can see the left ankle has that monitor because she was held since Friday on no bond. They wouldn't even let her out on bond. She had to cool her heels in jail over the weekend. So do we know whether this home is supposed to be her house arrest location? Because she didn't go straight from court to her home. There have been many hours where no one knew where she was.
Yeah, she was gone for about 3 hours. We saw her leaving the jail. It took a while to do the paperwork, to get her outfitted with that GPS monitor. We don't know where they went for about 3 hours. We thought they'd be coming straight here to Lompoc, so we don't know if they went to do more procedural stuff while she's out.
I don't know. This is California. They probably took her to Whole Foods, did some shopping. Then she went to Disneyland. I mean, they did a lot of things for her. That's how they treat their perps out there. They give them their own chauffeurs on the taxpayer.
For this pretrial, her pretrial hearing is coming up next week. So, yeah, we don't know where she went for 3 hours, but we do know she is now home. And she's going to be back in court, though, in Lompoc. She'll be in the Superior Court here instead of up in Santa Maria.
Well, we're looking at KTLA's video, and now you can really get, for the first time ever, a clear look at her face. We've not been able to see her face before this close up because it's always been grainy surveillance video or, you know, shots taken at a distance from neighbors who've watched her unusual behavior with moving boxes, etc., ripping down the missing person posters that were put on her front lawn about missing Melodee, her daughter. But now we can definitely see what she looks like with and without that wig. So I am curious about the court argument today, how she's out with an ankle monitor, because her, you know, prosecutors said that she's a flight risk. I mean, we don't know where her daughter is. Did they even bring that up in court today?
Yes, they did bring that up. The prosecutors brought that up. But first off, in court, I think everyone in that courtroom, Ashlee, we were all so taken aback by how she looked, because we didn't know if she'd be coming out with her wig on or not. But we have to go to that video of her in court with her natural hair. It's short. It's very curly. For the most part, you know, she's walking out there, but for the most part,
she's
throughout
stressed.
the proceeding, she had her hands clasped in front of her.
She looking like grandma in this picture right here. She's stressed out.
She looked down much of the time. She only mumbled good morning to the judge after a lot of prompting. The not guilty plea was entered on her behalf. She's assigned a public defense.
I need some, not to go off topic. I'm not bored. I'm actually very engaged in this. But I do need your help. To all my ladies in there. I just feel like getting something special for mommy just to let her know that, you know, she still got it. So any suggestions in the comment section, please put it in the comments. With a little gift. Like, I'm not talking about anything crazy. It could be anything. A little gift, nothing too pricey, that I could just get her just because. Just because. No reason, no rhyme. Just leave it on the table with her name on it. Like, here you go. All right? Somebody said a new wig. She don't wear wigs. Her hair is down to her butt. So come on. Somebody help me out. Help a brother out. Let's go.
Defender, you see him next to her. He stressed that Ashlee, she has no criminal history, and that the complaint, this...
Somebody said a bonnet. Do you guys know the story of the bonnet? Aki's going to get mad at me because you guys want to see this. But I don't care. We talk about whatever on this show. So with the bonnet prop yesterday, what I did was I put you guys on that video. I ran upstairs. My daughter was sleeping. It was Veterans Day. I was like, sweetheart, let me get your bonnet. She's like, why, Dad? I was like, I want to do something with the show. She started laughing hysterically and threw the bonnet at me. So then I ran downstairs and put the bonnet on for the D4 VD show. So I literally stole that bonnet from my daughter's head. Let's keep going. All right, I'm not going to interrupt again. Let's go.
False imprisonment complaint, that it's a non-violent complaint. But the prosecutor countered, saying the alleged crime involved a box cutter, also noting that Ashlee Buzzard has, you know, very questionable recent behavior. There's the road trip linked to the disappearance of Melodee. Melodee is still missing, but the judge did allow that supervised release with the GPS monitoring. And again, we saw when she was released from the jail, she had that long hair wig back on, and she really seems to be hiding behind her hair. And even as we're,
I'll tell you what,
yelling,
you know,
where's
Nancy,
Melodee?
that wig is not just a fashion statement. She was switching wigs on that trip. When she went back and forth on a 3-day road trip, returning without that child, she was switching wigs. So it's not a fashion statement. We're not being catty. The wig matters in this story. It's evidence and it's an issue. Not only that, she was switching license plates, which means she's trying to evade detection. I cannot believe the judge didn't feel that she was a flight risk, and I really hope that they don't regret this decision to let her out, you know, with an ankle monitor.
And that's the consensus around here, Ashlee, but she's going to be under a microscope in this neighborhood. Everyone is aware that she is back home. They're going to be watching this house like hawks.
Oh, somebody showed love.
You know, she has that.
Thank you, whoever showed love by giving us some coffee with that link up there. Or is this way? That link up in the corner. Thank you so much for showing love with the coffee. We do appreciate it.
Ankle monitor on, and they will know her whereabouts, and you know, it will be, you know, pretty daring should she try anything. But you know, there are plenty of relatives also with a vested interest in this, and they're also keeping tabs on her. Ashlee,
so talk to me about the relatives. Were there relatives who showed up for her court appearance today?
Yeah. quite a few relatives on the paternal side of the family. Melodee's paternal grandmother was there, Lily Dennis. I got a chance to chat with her at court. And, you know, she talked a bit about the history of knowing Ashlee, always knowing that she's been, you know, a strange and different person who seemed unbalanced. But she was very angry, like you, that the judge allowed Ashlee to leave and be under supervised release. And she said she didn't even recognize Ashlee Buzzard in court.
All right, so we'll stop it there because we already read that. Big shout out to News Nation and Ashlee Banfield. I'm a big fan of Ashlee Banfield. You guys know that. You know, Ashlee Banfield, Nancy Grace, Grizzly True Crime, Plunder. These are like my top dogs, you know. And then when it comes to like gossip, celebrity gossip, I like Lovely T. I like The Impressive Channel. I like there's another one with a frog. I watch her all the time. She don't post that much, but I like her. But yeah, you know, that's the channels that I kind of watch. You know, that's what I kind of stream through. When it comes to politics, I'm not going to tell you what I watch for politics, but I do watch a varied amount of coverage on politics, you know. So yeah. Big shout out to Ashlee Banfield. I'm a big fan. Let's go to the next exhibit.
We're doing multiple searches and that we're utilizing.
So we're talking about the swapping of the wigs as she was going across country with her daughter.
Our partners at the FBI that have some really, you know, great equipment, training, experience, people, all of those things. You know, we're coming at this investigation with from every angle and with being contempt of court.
So swimming over to the 4-minute marks where we're going to hear from the grandmother that's basically saying that there's family along that route, that it might be a possibility that Melodee is alive, but let's keep going.
If you don't speak.
I couldn't agree with you more, Manuel. Thank you for that. So Melodee's grandmother, Ashlee's mother, is speaking out. She did an interview with KSBY reporter Crystal Bermudez. Here's what she had to say about the 9-year-old's disappearance in those surveillance photos and possible familiar faces along Ashlee's route of travel.
What were your first thoughts when you saw this image?
I was totally numb and in shock. This is just so shocking to me, and that my granddaughter is dressed in this.
I don't know, man. Man, this grandma. I don't know, grandma. You guys know how I am. I'm not feeling grandma. I don't think grandma did enough, ladies and gentlemen. I don't listen. I give the paternal family a pass because they never really got to know Melodee like that. Their loved one passed away. She immediately started to alienate them from Melodee. We got to take human nature into effect here. But the grandma had more access than anybody to Melodee, and I don't feel like she cared enough. To me, it's my opinion. What does my opinion mean? Absolutely nothing. My opinion means nothing. I'm not there. I'm not a part of their family. I'm not a buzzard. I'm a strategic. I don't live in California. I don't have these people's personal phone numbers. My opinion means nothing. I just feel like she's like, my daughter's nuts. It's too much of a pain dealing with her. I'm just going to keep my distance. But what about Melodee? What about Melodee? Because when you said buzz off daughter, you also said buzz off Melodee. So now Melodee is left fighting for herself. Hit that like button before we jump back into this, people. Support the channel. Hit the like button.
Guys, this is just so overwhelming. It's just so really scary.
You're saying that her father's family, his people,
and my family,
and your family are along those routes.
Utah. Yeah, Utah. When you start getting past Utah, coming back, that's when you're running into his friends. You need to tell them where the baby is. You need to tell them who's setting all these things up for you. I know you're not doing it.
According to investigators, the Malibu was driven by Ashlee Buzzard and traveled through these areas. Here's the map. This is on or about October the 9th. They went through Green River, Utah, Penguich, Utah, Northwest Arizona, Primm, Nevada, Rancho Cucamonga, California. And then when mom came home, she came home without Melodee and then would not answer any questions as to where her daughter is. Now, based on grandma's emotional plea, we're wondering, should mom be the only person of interest here? As grandma talked about, there are other relatives in the area along the way.
Should Melodee's mom be the only person investigators are focusing on? Jen, what do you say?
Well, I say that the mom should be the character they're focusing on. This is her plan. This is what she decided to do with Melodee. And thankfully, there's a GPS on that 2024 and keystroke. Also, those are going to be important for when that car was turned on and off, and to show the time frames and how long possibly that car was sitting still. But in terms of her actually going to a relative or friend of this family and dropping her off, it's possible. I don't think it's probable. And it's also possible that that person would unwittingly not even know about this. I mean, let's be fair. There are so many crimes that happen that if you're not a junkie of true crime or a newsie, you're not going to know about. Do I think this is...
He makes a good point. Like, you know, this case is not being covered nationally. Like when I turn on my New York news, they're not saying anything about this case. I'm covering this case because I'm a true crimer. And I'm actively seeking these cases, and I'm looking at what is trending, what is out there that needs attention, where can we make a difference in, etc. All these different things are factored into what makes me cover what I cover. So on true crime, this is a big case. But if you're in Colorado, if you're in Nevada, if you're in Arizona, you're along this corridor that she traveled, there's no guarantee that you even heard about this case. There's no guarantee you've seen any news reporting on this case, especially if you're older and you may not be engaged into online stuff. You know, she might have dropped Melodee off with you and you're just taking care of Melodee, just being a great aunt or uncle or whatever. And you have no idea that there's a manhunt or not a manhunt, but there's a missing persons effort / investigation to try and find Melodee. You have no idea that you're actually holding a child that needs to be found. So this is a really good point that she's making. Another good point that was made was in the chat that there is over 200 and it's almost 250 people watching right now, but yet we only have 180 likes. I know there's a lot of people who are watching on TV screens, a lot of people who may be driving or something. We'll excuse you guys. We get it. You got to be safe, or the like button may not be readily accessible for you. But for those of you who do have your phone in your hand right now, or you're sitting at a computer watching this, it's not easy being a presenter and bringing this information to you. It takes a lot of time and effort on my part. I should be sleeping right now. I only had 3 hours of sleep. As soon as I'm done with this live, I'm going to iron my clothes and I'm put on a suit, and then I'm going to go out and do investigations for sex crimes. It's a lot of sacrifice coming from my camp, from me, and from my team. Please show us some love and hit that like button so we can get into that algorithm. That's all we're asking. We're not asking for you to give us $1. We're not asking for you to donate. We're not asking you to do anything. We're just asking for you to hit the like button. We appreciate that. Thank you.
It's a probable scenario. I do not. I don't think she would ever get Melodee out from underneath her thumb and control.
Right, Jen, right. And you would think any of those relatives who loves the child would speak up now that this has gone, national, and that they would say, oh, come on, we have the girl. Yeah, this is so bizarre to me. All the stops, Manuel, let me ask you about that. Initially, we knew there was a trip to Nebraska. And so initially we were talking so much about that. I know you both remember the conversations. Now we've got all these other places. Why? Manuel, your best educated guess.
Well, I think she was using all these other...
First of all, I'm going to tell you what my best educated guess is of all these stops. Are you ready? Using scientific analysis, 19 years of law enforcement experience, 15 years of having a investigator / detective badge on my hip. I have determined that she's made all of these stops because she had to take a pee. I'm telling you, these are all bathroom breaks.
The places as a way of distracting, throwing off law enforcement. That was the purpose of the wigs, going to these different locations so you didn't know which spot she might have dropped off at. But you got to remember two things, Julie, and that is Utah and Nebraska. And these are the two main locations she was at, have an infamous problem for sex trafficking. Okay, in 2015, they had to set up a sex trafficking task force just in Nebraska to deal with their problems. Again, these two locations are ideal. And unfortunately, every day we wait, every second that goes by, the chances of us finding her alive are going to be that much more smaller. To be honest with you, If she is sex trafficked, I guarantee she'll be dead in maybe 2 years, because that's usually the life expectancy of kids like this. Unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong.
Right. No, I know you do, Manuel. I know you do.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was my initial thought. As soon as I heard that mom took her to Nebraska, that was just what came into my mind, that, oh, my God, I hope that she wasn't sold. Jen Coffindeffer, what do you say about that potential theory?
All right, we're going to stop this here because we got to keep it moving. Ladies and gentlemen, it's already 12 o'clock, and I got to go to work soon. Let's go to Ashlee Buzzard, Ashlee Banfield, excuse me, I said Buzzard. Ashlee Banfield again. Apparently, she's got the goods on this dude who's making these allegations against Ashlee. It seems like he may not be as much on the up and up as one would hope he is. But let's keep going. Let's see.
Hey, everyone. I'm Ashlee Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious. And we have more breaking news in the Melodee Buzzard case. She's the missing 9-year-old girl from Lompoc, California, who was last seen on October 9th near the Colorado-Utah border. Her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, was arrested on Friday and charged with felony false imprisonment. Police have said the arrest is not directly related to Melodee's disappearance, but tonight, we're finally learning what it is related to, and I'm recording this on Monday, November 10th. And what we've found out is pretty surprising, and it's downright shocking. The criminal complaint accuses Ashlee Buzzard, the mom, of, quote, violating the personal liberty of a man named Tyler S. Brewer. I know.
All right, big shout out to Lasagna Lemonade Logic with a 149 super sticker. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Let's keep going.
It's a name that hadn't surfaced in this case before. I hadn't heard it, so I'm all ears. The complaint said the crime happened last Thursday, November 6th, in Lompoc, where Ashlee and Melodee live. Ashlee was arrested the very next day, and as it turns out, Tyler does have something to do with Ashlee's missing daughter, Melodee. Not directly, but he's definitely connected to the story.
Okay.
On my News Nation show, Banfield, we learned that Tyler was a friend of Ashlee's and was trying to help her. He was over at her house trying to find out where little Melodee was, and that's when Ashlee snapped, he said. Apparently, she told Tyler where Melodee was, and what happened next was the reason for the criminal charges of false imprisonment. And I'll explain what happened to Tyler in just a moment. But also today, we learned a lot more about Ashlee's background and her upbringing in a shocking twist that honestly no one saw coming.
All right, before we get into that, big shout out to Chiefess T with a $3 super sticker. Thank you so much. And Heidi Zip with a $3.99 super sticker as well, man. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are very generous. We really appreciate it.
Long before Ashlee Buzzard was the tight-lipped mother of a missing 9-year-old girl, a mother now locked up on this totally bizarre false imprisonment charge, she too was a 9-year-old girl on the margins, surrounded by danger, with an unstable home life and sometimes no home at all.
Are you kidding me?
But despite those unhappy parallels with her own daughter, Melodee, there is one monumental difference. Ashlee's mother, from all indications, did everything she could to protect her child, to keep young Ashlee safe and loved, fed and clothed and educated. Exhibit A would be a newspaper story that our team on News Nation uncovered today from 1995. It was February 11th, to be exact, in the Santa Maria Times. The headline reads, "School of Hard Knocks. Educators extend a hand to the homeless." And there it is, as big as day. The curly-haired 9-year-old Ashlee Buzzard sitting beside her tutor. Yeah, I see it too. A total resemblance between Ashlee at 9 years old and her now daughter Melodee at 9 years old. The story's all about Ashlee's escape with her mother, Lori, from Ashlee's abusive father. And before I go on, you should know that we've spoken with Ashlee's mother, identified in the news story as Lori Miranda, and verified all the details. Here's what the newspaper article said. Quote, "With no job, home, or car, and $40 in her pocket, Lori Miranda and her young daughter faced the streets of Santa Maria. Originally living in Orange County, Lori Miranda,
Terrible.
33, said she and Ashlee, 9 years old, had moved from place to place, often sleeping in hotels, to be free of Lori Miranda's husband. He would follow us everywhere, recalled Lori Miranda, stressing that her now ex-husband and Ashlee's father was not only physically, verbally, and emotionally abusive, but also that he abused substances. He would smash our windows. He would harass us. To escape, Lori Miranda and her daughter Ashlee.
It's very sad, man. So we know that Ashlee has experienced a great deal of trauma. It's also been scientifically proven that extreme trauma can cause psychological breaks, can cause mental health disorders to manifest themselves. There's a possibility that if she never experienced all that trauma, maybe she would never have developed those psychological issues that she has now, even though they were inside of her and they could manifest at any point. Sometimes that stress and that trauma can be that straw that breaks the camel's back and then results in you experiencing these psychological issues. So we know that she has experienced a great deal of trauma. We know that she probably didn't have the resources to properly mitigate that trauma through therapy and stuff like that. This is very sad stuff here. Very, very sad stuff, man. And it's amazing how people find themselves in these situations. I'm not putting any blame. I don't know their story, but that's a lot. A guy who's not just abusive, but also on drugs. Like, I would hope and pray that he was none of these things when Ashlee's mother first found him. Because I do believe in personal responsibility to a certain extent. I'm always victim first. I'm always victim centric, but I do not absolve people from making good choices and putting their self first, like self-preservation first. So I hope and pray that this man was not all these things when the mother met him, and then she brought a life into this world with a man that she knew was no good from the very start. But that's usually not how it works. It usually works where the person puts on that face of being a good person, that facade, and they lure you in. And after they've lured you in and made you believe that they are everything that you are dreaming for, that's when they show who they truly are. And by that time, you're usually stuck in that situation. Well, you're not stuck, but you're embroiled in that situation until, God willing, you're able to remove yourself. Let's keep going.
Boarded a bus in June, and after staying with a relative for a month, they came to Santa Maria. The two eventually found their way to the Good Samaritan shelter, where they remained for 30 days. Lori enrolled her daughter Ashlee into school. For 2 hours after school, Ashlee began and continues to participate in the Homeless Education Liaison Project. It's just remarkable if you think about it. Remember, Ashlee was just 9 years old back then, the same age that her missing daughter Melodee is today. And that brings me to the photos and the video that Ashlee's mother, Lori, gave News Nation exclusively of her daughter Ashlee and her granddaughter Melodee together in 2020, when Melodee was about 4 years old. You're about to see video that Grandma Lori shot of her daughter Ashlee.
I think also, like somebody said in the chat, the loss of her baby daddy, they weren't married, it wasn't her husband, but the loss of her baby daddy, I think also could have made her go over the edge. I'm pretty sure she was a little kooky and had her little issues prior to having Melodee. But when you're in relationships and you're socializing with people, it's more of a incentive for self-care, to take your medication, to try and fight against, those demons in your brain. But when this guy is gone, now she's probably looking at it's all on me. I'm by myself. The cycle continues, like how my mother had to raise me by myself and we suffered so much. Now I have to raise Melodee all by myself and it's going to be a struggle and blah, 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 blah. It's enough to send anybody over the deep end. And I can see how that could have added the trauma that she experienced as a child and then the trauma of losing the father of her child. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Carving a pumpkin with her granddaughter Melodee. You'll hear Grandma's voice behind the camera being playful with Melodee, while Ashlee appears more detached. And frankly, what will stand out probably the most is that Ashlee looks nothing like the woman we've been seeing in the surveillance tapes while renting a car and leaving with her daughter. looks nothing like the woman that we've seen cuffed and led away from her own house. Here's the video from 5 years ago of Ashlee and her daughter Melodee, again shot by Grandma.
What are you? Pumpkin scooper duper?
Yeah.
Silly. Ew, gross. Let's
Whoa.
see it.
That's just a gut.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought this was the grandmother. I thought this was the grandmother. They kept saying she looked like uninterested and she looked out of it. And I was like, oh, you know, maybe is it because she's behind the camera or something? No, that's Ashlee. She lost a lot of weight. Good for her. But that's Ashlee. Wow. Now I see why they're saying she looked disconnected, because Melodee is playing and having such a good time. Grandma is talking behind the camera so excitedly, and she's just like going through the motions.
Yes.
Look at it. Look at it.
Look at that. Oh my God.
Whoa. Hey, watch this, guys.
Here, let me see a picture of you. Look at me. Look at mommy. It's in there. Look, cheese.
Hey.
You should have took all those to the park for the squirrels.
The cheese.
To mommy.
Yeah, somebody said that this is exactly why she's slim now, because she stopped taking her medication. Good one, Sarah Adams. The medication usually always makes you gain weight, ladies and gentlemen. By stop taking the medication, she got her little petite body back. She got a spinner body back. Let's keep going. Damn, she's a big mama.
It is
Nothing wrong with that, by the way. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there's a big difference between this and that. It's a big difference.
is absolutely unfathomable that the woman on the left side of your screen carving the pumpkin with her daughter is the same woman on the right side of your screen walking through a rental office with her daughter. They look like two completely different people. And I'll get to the changes in just a moment. But this was day one of a 3-day road trip to and from Nebraska. Police say the last known sighting of little Melodee was October 9th near the Colorado-Utah border. Because Ashlee returned to her home in Lompoc, California the next day, but without Melodee. And earlier on my News Nation show, Banfield, I learned some new and shocking details about the arrest of Ashlee Buzzard. The victim, who is named in this case, spoke with my News Nation show and described exactly why he was at Ashlee's house in the first place and what happened to him while he was there that resulted in Ashlee being arrested the next day. All of that in just a moment. But first, a quick thank you from both Little Atlas and from me for supporting this channel and this podcast. And a huge thank you also to my sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. They make this podcast possible. If you've had an accident or an injury or something really bad that's happened to you lately, you've got to listen up. If you know someone that's had a problem like this, you've got to listen.
All right, so let's fast forward a little bit. All right, let's talk about this false imprisonment
We just
stuff.
got it a short time ago from Superior Court, Santa Barbara County. It's really just less than half a page long, but we want to highlight some parts of it because it is quite revealing about what allegedly happened at this house on or around November 6th, it says, of 2025 in the county of Santa Barbara. The crime of false imprisonment by violence, a felony, was committed by Ashlee Buzzard, who did unlawfully violate the personal liberty of Tyler S. Brewer. Said violation being affected by violence, menace, fraud, and deceit. And you see that headline, special allegation, aggravating factors. It goes on to read, the manner in which the crime was carried out indicates planning, sophistication, and professionalism. We have learned that Ashlee...
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what they're going to say, but this is what district attorneys do. This is what prosecutors do. Do not be impressed by all of this mumbo jumbo language. It probably didn't happen that way. Okay, but let's keep going because I'm just not feeling this. My intuition tells me this is bunk, but let's keep going.
Ashlee will be in court on Wednesday afternoon to face this felony charge. In the meantime, she remains jailed up in the Santa Maria area. And Ashlee, as you know, we have tracked down Tyler S. Brewer, and we have spoken with him. And bear with me as I'm going to refer to my notes because I want to relay what he told us accurately. Tyler Brewer tells us that he has known Ashlee through a friend since 2014. He's been coming over here to check on her since all of this was publicized. He claims he was told where Melodee was dropped off and who she was left with, but he is not sharing that information with us. Tyler's also concerned that because of Ashlee's mental history and recent behavior, he's not sure that what she told him is actually true. Now, on November 6th, the day of the incident, he says Ashlee started acting irrationally while he was here, accused him of working with police and the paternal side of the family to take Melodee away from her. He says she kept shutting her eyes and making fists, and she blocked the door, preventing him from leaving. She slammed the front door shut and engaged 4 locks on that door. She did eventually let him leave, and he went right to authorities to report what happened. Now, he claims she has just mental issues. She's extremely paranoid. She's a totally different person from when they first met, and he says he's very concerned about Melodee's well-being, and he suspects Melodee may be somewhere in Utah. So based on everything that he told News Nation, there is hope that Melodee is out there and alive. So what Tyler Brewer is telling News Nation, providing a lot of hope tonight, Ashlee.
Well, let's go over a little bit of that. That's just incredible information that he has unloaded. So Nancy, if I'm to understand this, he says that Ashlee shared the information of where she, quote unquote, dropped off Melodee. He thinks it's in the Utah area. He will not share exactly with us what she apparently shared with him. But did he say he shared everything with the police, everything that Ashlee told him?
Yeah, based on what we're hearing, we haven't heard everything. And again, because of her mental state and how she's been acting lately, he's not sure that what she's been saying is the truth. So it's hard to know what to believe, but, you know, he is telling us what she told him. And if it is truthful, then Melodee is out there.
And did we get any further understanding of what drop off means? I mean, you don't just drop a child, you know, on a desert road. Was there some, I mean, do we know if there was some drop-off location, some person, someone to care for her? Anything more that indicates what kind of a drop-off this was?
We've been fishing for information. We want more information, and he's not quite ready to tell more information. His name just got released publicly within the last couple of hours, so he's just coming to terms with that. He's not sure, you know, he wants to do interviews or speak out publicly.
Yeah, so this is the guy's page, I believe, Tyler Brewer Law. I don't know what they got going on out there in California, because people could, you know, have these kind of titles without actually being licensed bar certified attorneys. They have a whole bunch of stuff going on. Like you could be an attorney in California if you practice with a lawyer for a certain amount of time and you never went to law school. Like there's all kinds of loopholes to be associated with the law in Cali. I don't know what's going on here. This guy doesn't appear to be a licensed attorney, nor is he trying to represent himself as such. He is representing himself as a legal document assistant. He says, I show up every day with integrity, accuracy, and a genuine commitment to helping people through complex paperwork and court filings. My goal is simple: make the process clearer, easier, and more accessible. So I guess if you need to file some court documents and you can't afford an attorney, you get Mr. Brewer here. He'll help you make sure that he spell checks your documents. So this is interesting. A master certified divorce coach. Okay. And he does holistic divorce coaching. Okay. All right. Oh. Whatever.
Anyway, but fortunately, you know, he did speak with us, relayed that information, and we relayed as much as we could to all of you.
Okay, well, let's move on to the other action that happened in the house behind you. Action not only this weekend, but today. Walk me through what the neighbors all said happened there.
Well, first off, I mean, Ashlee's getting packages delivered still. At the front door, there are 3 packages. One is from Amazon, one is from Kohl's, one came from Burlington, New Jersey.
Wow, she's doing a lot of shopping. Her daughter's missing and she's shopping. This is crazy.
It looks to be...
She getting ready for the holiday season. Who you buying gifts for? Your daughter's not home. Who are you buying these gifts for? Let's keep going.
Some kind of clothing item. So we don't know if she's just been shopping recently or what, but in talking to the neighbors, we know that 4 investigators were here at Ashlee's house. They brought a van on Saturday afternoon. It was around 2 o'clock, the neighbor says. The officers, apparently investigators, they're dressed in plain clothes. They went inside. They were there for about an hour. But according to the neighbor, they did not leave with anything. In talking with other neighbors, though, they're expressing that they're glad that Ashlee is in custody.
All right, so this is old stuff now because she's no longer in custody. It's the last one. We start at 1. What is that? 1. Oh man, these places, all these spammers keep calling me. It's crazy. This 112, and then we'll end the show. We'll end the show after that. Let's do it.
Out in front of her house. That's coming in just a moment. And there you go. That's a picture right there. Over the weekend, believe it or not, more agents arriving and spending a lot of time inside the house. And something arrived today there as well. Okay, so all of that coming in just a moment. But then I have this other story that has brought to mind many other unsolved cases. It's the case of Anna Kepner. Anna was found dead on a Carnival cruise ship named Horizon. Very popular cruise line, very popular ship. But Anna was found dead on Friday, the day before that cruise ship came back home into port. There's a lot of rumors and speculation about how she died, and none of them good. And the questions that surround her boyfriend, who was on the cruise with her, they are very curious indeed. And why I say it brings to mind other cases.
All right. You know what? The next exhibit basically is going to talk about the mother escaping an abusive father. I think we kind of thoroughly covered that. We're talking about Ashlee Buzzard's mother and her life as a 9-year-old herself. So we're going to end this show right here, guys. We're already at the 1 hour and 8 minute mark, and I got to get ready to go to work, guys. So I definitely got to make a move. You guys are amazing, man. I had a great time with you guys today covering this story. We're going to keep you guys up to date with all the stories we got. We got more D4VD coming to you guys. We also have more body-worn camera that we want to look at in the Jacqueline Mimi Torres case. So there's a lot of stuff coming out. Remember, today's the last day of work for me. So starting tomorrow, I'll be on vacation. I'll be dropping multiple shows in a day, probably 2 to 3 shows a day. We'll see how I feel, but you'll definitely get a show every day. Guys, I love you guys immensely. Please make sure you hit that like button on your way out the door. Consider becoming a member of True Crime Strategic. Consider becoming a member of our Patreon. Patreon is filled with hundreds of exclusive shows. And most of the shows that go on a Patreon does not make its way to YouTube, so it's exclusive. You can only see it on a Patreon. That's it, point blank, period. You can see a different side of True Crime Strategic that you will see if you're here on YouTube. And lastly, we do have a merchandise store. Let me drink this real quick because my throat is all scratchy. I want to go ahead and show you guys our merch store. It's Christmas time, almost Christmas time if you celebrate Christmas. We want to go ahead and bring this over here. And so if you go to the link tree that's inside of the link of every single video, it's also inside of the chat, the link tree link, you'll see it pop up. The first link is going to be the email. That's how you reach me. If you have information you want to share with me, you want to talk to me, whatever, reach out to me on True Crime Strategic Eyes, or rather strategic eyes with a Z at gmail.com. That's strategic eyes with a Z at gmail.com, which you can find on the link tree. The next link after that is our show store. We have two stores. We have a Dashery store, and we have a T Public store. This is True Crime Strategic. We have a sale going right now. We always have sales running. $16 t-shirts. Look at that. Excellent t-shirts, excellent designs, mugs, all that. Whatever you want, we have it here for a reasonable price. What other YouTube channel is selling you t-shirts for $16? What other YouTube channel? No shade on them. They're doing what they got to do, but we're doing what we got to do, which is we are for the people. What other YouTube channel is selling t-shirts for $16? Not that many, ladies and gentlemen. We got another merch store here. This is our Dashery store. The Dashery store is awesome because it allows you to customize everything. So there's no sale on the Dashery store right now, so go over to the TeePublic store and buy some stuff. But the unique thing about the Dashery store is when you click a design, you scroll down to the bottom, you could put that design on anything else. Socks. True Crime with Strategic socks. Guess what? I'm buying some. I didn't even know I had socks. They just updated that. Fanny packs. You want to have True Crime Strategic hanging off of your hips? Get yourself a True Crime Strategic fanny pack. Come on. I didn't even know they had these things. Shorts. Think about crawling into bed with your husband with a True Crime Strategic short pants with my face on your thighs. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Or maybe a little bit more of this.
Oh my God.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But what you can do is you can buy these for your husband and watch him play basketball in them or fix something. Come on, man. Anyway, you get anything that we're selling from our Dashery store on anything else. You can get them on a mug, whatever. We are here for the people. Everything is affordable. We run a lot of sales on these different sites often, so keep checking in until you see a sale. If you want it really bad, just get it when it's not a sale. I don't know. Anyway, the bottom line is we'll see you guys on the next one. You guys are amazing. Strategic is out of here. Peace.